Welcome to Chapter 4 of I've Been Waiting for You. Today, it's the Pied Avocets. The wind is fierce, but I'm keeping it in. It's part of the beach, as real as the moment itself. The air hangs heavy, the sky dark and ready to break, and a few drops of rain tease the lens. Sea sand blows up slightly. The shoreline moves to its own rhythm. The lens coat is my best guardrail at the water's edge. I was hoping to find whimbrels on the rocks, but then I remembered I had never had a close encounter with Pied Avocets. Brace yourself for the elements, lean into the sun, and join me on the sea sand for my first up-close encounter with the Pied Avocets. These elegant shorebirds are masters of wetland life, often found in shallow lagoons, estuaries, and tidal flats, where they feed in groups, creating a mesmerizing rhythm as they sweep and stir the water. Pied Avocets are social and loyal breeders. They nest in colonies on sandy or muddy islands, and both parents share the job of incubating eggs and raising chicks, making teamwork a way of life. I've always seen Pied Avocets going up to felt drift and other mudflat areas, but never this close where I'm lying on the beach with my badger ground pod and they are about 4 to 5 meters away from me, never this close. So I'm so stoked to have them. They are always on the move, following the tide, feeding on tiny crustaceans called amphipods, which gather in large amounts on rotting kelp. Pied Avocets are easy to recognize by their long, upcurved bills. They feed with a smooth side-to-side motion, sweeping through shallow water to catch small prey like crustaceans and insects. Photography was challenging on this very windy, overcast day, with idle threats of rain and spits of drizzle. The Manfrotto gimbal head attached to my badger ground pod was left slightly loose for gentle panning, but strong gusts kept nudging it, and vlogging became almost impossible as the wind drowned out most of the sound, so voiceover had to be deployed. The Pied Avocets' eyes blend in with the black on their heads, making exposure tricky in low shifting light. But I wasn't gonna let imperfect conditions stop me. Growth as a wildlife photographer comes from adapting, adjusting, and working with what you have, using your skills to make the most of the light, the setting, and your gear. The amphipods are inside of my t-shirt, and I cannot move too much, otherwise I'll spook the birds. But it's so ticklish, like someone is tickling you. But yeah, I'll just have to endure it. They crawled inside my t-shirt, biting and tickling me. I had to stay perfectly still, careful not to startle the birds, while they explored my arms, back, and even my belly. There's a joy in slowing down, in resisting the urge to chase every bird along the shoreline. Today, instead of rushing from whimbrels to sanderlings to ringed plovers, I chose stillness. I chose the avocets. Shorebirding isn't about quick reactions, it's about patience. The tide moves slowly, and so should we. Focusing on one species lets you learn its rhythm, its grace, the details you'd miss in a hurry. Okay, I'm going to wrap up the session before the beach gets full and birds fly away. I think it was awesome just getting close to the Pied Avocets. I definitely would love another session with them. It's quite challenging to get their eye in the image because of the shadows and the subdued light, but definitely will do another session with the Pied Avocets again. Before the video ends, here's something special. One of my Pied Avocet images was featured on GoMag Essay's Instagram page. A huge thank you to GoMag Essay for the feature, and to all of your support watching this video. It was quite funny out there. Two birders were looking at me through the binoculars while I was lying on the beach with the ground pod, with the camo poncho and the camo mask. And because I have to lie very still, they thought I ran aground or I washed up on shore. That's ridiculously funny that they thought I was a corpse on the sea sand